This isn't one of those everything fell apart stories. No big moments, no rock bottom, no dramatic before and after photo. This is just about the year I finally realized my life was fine. Like, not bad, not amazing, just fine. And for a long time, that felt less comfortable. I didn't really feel bad exactly. I just didn't feel really satisfied with my life. I'd catch myself saying things like, yeah, everything's good, it's fine, it's meh, and realize I wasn't lying, but I also wasn't telling the truth either. I felt like I could just, handle things, get through the days, check the boxes, not really living. It didn't really start with some big realization. It started in pieces. Little moments where I noticed I was going through the paces of my life instead of actually being in it. For me, the first places actually showed up was running. I've been running for years. And for years, I would tell myself the exact same story. This is the year it finally clicks. This is the year I put in the work and I finally get, I don't know, fast. And this is the year where everything finally comes together. Like there was some, I don't know, super elite version of me hiding just right under the surface, lighter, faster, mysteriously disciplined. And every year I'd start training, start preparing, and just getting more and more excited. And then around kilometer 7, it's always kilometer 7, my legs would go, okay, Chris, relax. We know who you are and you're not fooling us. I'm not really built to win races these days. I'm built for, I know, consistency, going out there and just getting it done. For complaining to my running buddy about how much my legs hurt, but sucking it up anyways and going out for my run. And when I finally admitted to myself that I wasn't going to be training for the Olympics, I started enjoying running again. Not because I was chasing a time or a medal, because I honestly liked who I was when I was running. I like being the guy who goes out at 5 a.m. for 20K runs around the neighborhood. And then there's the weight thing. Ah, yes, the annual tradition. Pretty much every January, I'd say, this is it. This is the year. Beast mode. Lock in. Let me start a weight loss bet with my friends. Usually happened every New Year's Eve. And every February, I quietly pivot back and say, okay, maybe shredded isn't quite my brand. Weight loss bet. What bet? What are you talking about? I have no idea what you're speaking of. But seriously, for years, I told myself I'd eventually become one of those people who just magically forgets to eat. Me. I remember every bite I've ever had, vividly, emotionally, spiritually. And when I stopped pretending I'd someday become that guy, when I admitted who I'm probably always going to have this battle with food for likely the rest of my life, I stopped hating and fighting with my body, and realizing it's not perfect, but it is mine. And then there's the money and success thing. When I was a kid, I was sure that I'd be rich by 30. Millionaire, entrepreneur, having it all. And really, I tried. I started a few different things, but most of them, unfortunately, did not work out. So I ended up where a lot of people do in the corporate world, chasing promotions, having good years, bad years. And for a long time, I told myself I am just one big roll away, one promotion from the big upgrade. But I'm not that guy either. I really do have a regular job, I have a decent life. And honestly, I truly do like my life. I really like sitting in my favorite morning chair with my flavored creamer in my nabob coffee, chatting with my wife before we have to log in for the day. And when I finally said, yeah, that's enough for me. This is good. This is really good. Honestly, something just changed. And not because I quit trying to be successful, but because I stopped chasing a version of success that I never really fit who I was or who I really wanted to be. And you know what? That's okay. All these small lies I've been telling myself, they weren't bad, they weren't dangerous, they were, I don't know, protective. And they weren't about ego. they were about not wanting to feel like I left something behind. Like what I have wasn't good enough or that it wasn't good because honestly it was. But pretending to always have your shit together is exhausting. Pretending you're faster, you're lighter, you're more successful. Pretending you're some super optimized version of yourself that doesn't actually exist and honestly never will. At some point, I just thought, who the heck am I trying to impress? My friends, family, people from work? And when I stopped chasing this imaginary version of me, I noticed what was already pretty good in my life, which for me is the people. So my wife, she still likes me, which, let's be honest, is a win at this stage. My kids like hanging out with me, and not because I'm cool. Trust me, I am not cool, but because I'm present, I make them laugh, or at least I try to. And they like chillaxing with the old, laid back, middle aged corporate dad who's a bit pudgy, but honestly, he's their dad. And that's enough for them. And that matters more than some fantasy version of me that I thought I needed to chase. And then finally accepting my body for what it is. Listen, I'm not winning any awards. It creaks, it cracks, it groans all the time, but it still runs, it still skis, it still lets me walk 18 holes while usually carrying a beer or two or three. It still lets me keep up slowly with the people in my life. I'm not 22 anymore, but I'm also not 80 either. I'm in this strange, honest middle ground where I can sprint if I absolutely have to. I'm just at an age where I'll complain about it the whole time. But once I stopped lying to myself, I realized my body is what it is. To be honestly happy with what I have and to treat it kindly so I can keep being active until I'm 80, 90, and beyond. So this was the year I stopped thinking my life needed to be more than it was. Not dramatically, not by blowing things up, just quietly. I stopped chasing the version of myself I thought I was supposed to become, that I thought the people around me really wanted. Look, my life isn't flashy. It's not impressive. It won't make really anybody jealous, but it's solid. It's real, and yeah, it's mine. And once I stopped trying to upgrade it into something else, it turns out fine is enough. Well, most days anyways. And honestly, I think that's okay.